Hey everyone, welcome to my 8-year video. Oh my gosh. Every year I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I do it? And here's another year saying like, oh my gosh, how did I do it? So there's like kind of a few things I want to talk about. I have my phone just because I want to remember everything. So the first thing I want to talk about is I'm actually going to speak with my doctor about getting referred to like an audiologist because it's been about 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7 years since I've like done anything with my ringing because I went to, if you follow my old videos, I went to like San Francisco and got on neuromonics and everything like that. And that was actually the last time I've done anything with my ringing. And it's like, I wonder if there's anything new they can test or what my frequency is at, like 8 years in. So that I'm actually kind of looking forward to because I want to see if there's any like progress in me like habituating to it. Another thing I want to talk about is the Xanax prescription I take, just because I've been taking it a lot more again and I'm not really like excited about that. So I'm trying to learn my like management like coping skills and stuff because I don't want to be like on pills or get like addicted or want to take them. And I don't want their effectiveness to wear off either. I want it to actually be for when I have like panic attacks or anything like that. I still take it as needed. I don't take it daily or anything, but some days it's not like too bad, but some days I don't want to feel like anything or hear it, so I'll take it, and I don't want to do that anymore. Another thing is the research they have these days. It's so much more different than what they had 8 years ago when I was looking at it, because there was never a lot. And the thing with like the veterans coming out and saying I have ringing, there's a lot more info now, especially for that, because more veterans are coming forward. And I even see like infomercials or whatever those commercials are called saying like, if you received tinnitus or got tinnitus from like the war or something from like earplugs. There's one out right now actually. I think it's like 3M and like their earplugs and they weren't good or something, so it caused people to have like tinnitus. So there's like already a lawsuit going on for like tinnitus, so it's like, oh, that's nice that like it's actually being mentioned in commercials like right now, and it's like, God forbid anyone have this because it's torture, but it's nice to see that it's being talked about a lot more. And that's why I'm always like, please you guys share your stories like everywhere on YouTube or everywhere like you can, because people are really suffering and people need to know that this like really sucks, and we need research for it as well. I mean, there's a lot of worse things out there in the world, of course, but I feel it's becoming more and more aware, and I think people are noticing, like, I feel like talking about it brings it up more. So if someone has tinnitus and they don't ever think about it, and it's like nothing to them, like they can just nothing, no effect, no panic attacks, no nothing, and then they see a tinnitus lawsuit on TV and they're like, oh yeah, I have that noise. And then I hope they don't start like focusing in on it, because that's like another scary thing. I'm still at where my tinnitus is right now. It's still on my right side. Once in a while I'll get like pinging still in like my left ear, and I have older videos on that too. But yeah, thankfully it hasn't like moved, so that's good. Some days I get the actual ringing that like, I mean, I have ringing, but when you're like at a concert and all your ears get like your ears muted and then you hear like a ringing, like that'll happen to me. And that's what I remember before this ringing. Like I remember like once in a while that would like happen. And if a lot of you don't know or haven't gone back to look at those videos, because there's honestly like a lot of nonsense like videos I have about this tinnitus where it's like just kind of the same repeating thing. But when I first mentioned it, my tinnitus started from autotoxic like eardrops. My doctor, what ended up happening is I had a puncture in like my eardrum that my doctor didn't see, And he gave me like eardrops, which went into like my inner ear, which it wasn't supposed to, because nothing's supposed to go past your like eardrum. So these eardrops, it got into like my inner ear and like burned like the little hair cells. So that's where like my ringing's from. And it's been tough knowing that it could have maybe been taken care of if I had like a specialist or something. But when you live in a small town and there's an old doctor that your friend's gone to his whole life since he's been born, that's just kind of what you're like stuck with. I'm glad I'm down here in San Diego again and Southern California, because there's a lot more help here than there would have been up where I used to live. And I'm just thankful for being here. So it's like amazing how much like there's help. My boyfriend's mom told me the other day that she actually has tinnitus, and she'll mention it sometimes. She's like, oh, my ringing is so bad. She's like, how do you deal with it? Like, to me. And I'm like, I don't know. Literally day by day. Like, the only time I get relief is when like I'm dreaming. Like, I would just love to like just dream. And I have like no noise. It's so nice. So that's the only kind of like respite, I guess is the word. I don't know if that's the word, but like relief I get. And sometimes I'll get like emotional still. I don't want like, I'll think like, oh my god, I still have it. Like every day, like I'm already getting emotional right now. Like I think about it. And anything can like, I hear it over anything. So anything like messes with it. Like if I have our air on at night, my ringing overpowers that. The TV, it overpowers that. Like I get nothing, like no like relief, like at all. It's like day after day after day. It's just like, it's exhausting. And the people that have had it, I don't know how they've like gotten used to it in like 6 months or a year. It's like, oh my god. Like, I don't know. It's pretty it's pretty rough, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm thankful for you guys. I get a lot of like messages, and I like to reply to you guys because I feel like I'm not the only one that responds, but there's a lot of people that aren't active in like support forums or anything like that. Like you'll say like, oh, I'm great, and then never hear from them again. So I like being like interactive. Like I'm here right now, like in this moment, like I feel you. And what I was saying a minute ago about like hearing it over anything, the noise over everything, it's like amplified. If you get sick, you have allergies. I live next to a fire station, so that's not great. Yeah, it's just like, oh, really? Like anything. I sneeze, my ringing will get louder for like an hour or two. It's just like, ugh. But I want to talk about it because I want to be more like I said, like here for you guys and like aware. Or if anyone sees this video and they're just like sad and like hopeless like I used to be, I want there to be like a positive to it, because I mean, especially with like suicides these days because of the ringing, it's like so awful that like this tortures people so much that they'll take their life. Like they have kids or like grandkids, or they're like young or just getting out of like the military, and it's like you got to be really like strong to handle something like this, because if you're dealing with something that people commit suicide over, it's like, wow, like what am I dealing with? So I get like emotional a lot about it still, because it just makes me think like, that's so sad. Like, that's so sad. And you guys know, like, I've been there. Like I had a few years ago, 4 or 5, 2015 or whatever. Yeah, like 4 years ago, I was having a terrible time, especially when my divorce just happened, and like 6 months later, I was just like really depressed and like really sad and just like hated my life. Like, I just wanted the noise to go away, but I was like, I can't give up. Like, there are people here that want to give up, and I can't give up for them. So, yeah, sorry it wasn't such, like, a positive video, but I like to share, like, if I'm feeling crappy, I want to tell you I'm feeling crappy. If I feel good, I want to tell you I'm feeling good. Because it, like, I feel like it changes, not even every day, but throughout, like, the day. And I appreciate you guys and for watching my videos and sharing your, like, stories with me. And a lot more people are making videos, but yeah, I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you ever need anything, just write me a message and, like, I'll respond or I'll reply when I can. Yeah, just always keep, you know, being positive about it and strong, and we can do it. Alright, bye guys.